Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
It's a common expression, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. However, what if the horse's mouth is filled with useful insurance tools? This is the exact case with the Geico app. Yes, the app is free and therefore a gift horse. However, look inside the app and behold, emergency roadside assistance, digital ID cards, bill pay. Get the Geico app. Look it in the mouth, get amazing services. Thank you.
You've just joined the Prepper Broadcasting Network, where we promote self-reliance and independence. The views and opinions expressed are strictly those of the host or their guests. Visit us in the interactive chat room at prepperbroadcasting.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the Prepping Academy. My name is Forrest. We have Kyle across the table. We are coming to you live on Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Friday night, right Kyle?
Every Friday.
Every Friday night live. Hey, if you're on Blog Talk Radio, we ask you to go over to prepperbroadcasting.com. And you can join into our interactive chat room where we have people chatting right now. Again, go to prepperbroadcasting.com. If you're listening to this via podcast, you can join us every Friday night at prepperbroadcasting.com. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have it's live. Or you can just listen to it on the podcast. You can be one of them. So, Kyle, there's some big news in your life.
Oh, yeah. I finally
You're
got that
pregnant.
Money. Yeah.
Oh, no. What is it?
I finally got that money for that changeover. No.
Oh.
It's changed life, right?
Yeah.
No. Starting a new job.
New
job.
job.
Career path entirely. So after 17 years in my last one, I'm finally starting something entirely different.
Yes. Chippendales is coming to Charlotte.
And I have the body for it. No.
Whatever.
No, not quite.
No,
Not
so
quite.
you start Monday.
Start Monday. Yeah,
Yes.
That'll be exciting.
Yes. Can you say my pleasure? Mr. Chick-fil-A. Okay, it's not Chick-fil-A.
No, it's not Chick-fil-A.
So you've had a good week, I guess.
Yeah, I've had a really good week.
Okay, that's
It's
good.
Decent.
Good. So good job. Excited about it.
Well, I mean, you sharing that joy because you started your job, like 4 weeks ago, about a month?
It's been a month ago.
Yeah.
And I already own the company.
Yeah, you wish.
No, I don't. Hey, my week. Man, I had the stomach flu. Like a stomach bug.
You texted me the other night and you were like, I'm sick. And I was like, I don't
Dude,
care.
It knocked me out. I was in a fetal position for 24 hours.
You know, it's funny how that happens because like when I get sick, as soon as I start throwing up, I immediately pretty much hit the bathroom floor and I start praying, dear God, I don't know what I did, but I'll never do it again.
Yeah, no kidding. But you know what? One of the ladies from our group saved my life.
With essential oils.
I got some, is it Thieves or Thieves oil?
Yeah.
She told me to drop 4 drops in a cup of water, small cup of water, and drink it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I did not throw up again.
Yeah.
It was amazing. She saved my life.
I mean, I don't know if I go quite that
No,
far.
no, she literally, when I was throwing up she saved my life.
You were praying, huh?
Yeah.
You were praying hard.
Man, she even offered to bring me some activated charcoal.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
we didn't know if it was food poison or stomach, whatever it was. It just tore me up.
Well, usually food poisoning is front and back.
Yeah, yes. We don't want to go there.
No?
I want to stay on the front end.
we can turn that into a prepping conversation. It deals specifically with dehydration.
Oh, goodness, Kyle, you take it.
That's some Bear Grylls sort of conversations here.
Yes. So we got an interesting topic. Before we get into your conspiracy theory of the week, we got an interesting topic this week, which is force multiplier. Man, there's so many paths you can go on this. I'm looking forward to the conversation because I know your end in the force multiplier always ends with C4.
No, that's usually how it begins.
Oh, that's how it begins? Okay, that's how yours begins.
No, I wouldn't say it begins like that.
Okay.
I wish.
Okay.
I wish.
Well, we're going to get into a time we call Kyle's Conspiracy Theory of the Week. If you don't know, Kyle and Alex Jones are like college roommates. Okay, that's a lie.
No,
none of this is what I'm telling you is true. It's the truth. But you're known to believe a lot of different conspiracy theories, and I have given it to you that that you made a point that every conspiracy theory has a little bit of truth, and I'm okay with that.
And that's why I kind of picked this one for this week, because there are some conspiracy theories that have absolutely no truth to them, and there's an agenda behind them.
Okay.
And it ticks me off, and this is one of my personal gripes, probably one of my biggest pet peeves. And I've told you a little bit before in my history. There's people I've come across that have helped shape, just like people have helped shape your views and what gets you started in prepping. And one of my biggest ones was a Holocaust survivor. And there is a rampant denial of the Holocaust going on across the world, and it's everywhere from Germany and even in the United States. And there's a ton of historical revisionists that are trying to deny, and they come up with all sorts of cockamamie theories, everything from, well, the numbers are wrong. There really wasn't 5 to 6 million Jews that were killed. There was only, maybe 4 million, so therefore it was all false. Or I've even heard something recently, someone tell me, and you can look this stuff up on the internet, and there's actually communities that buy into this crap, that everyone that went over to fight over in World War II, they never did any fighting. No one ever seen any action. And I'm thinking, so the photos, the movies, everything, like, those were produced by, Goebbels and people like that on both sides. It was all propaganda to bring about a one world government and stuff like that. I'm like, well, I find that a little hard to believe because I have a family member who actually served during World War II. Mm-hmm. He's gone now, bless his heart, but he was actually one of the few men that was in the Battle of Bastogne from day one and one of the final men to leave. And to know Holocaust survivors, I've known 3 in my lifetime. To know people who served in World War II, to speak to veterans, everything that we have out there, and all you can manage to think is, why the hell would you deny this?
Yeah, that's just. I mean, we have thousands of veterans that came back from World War II with one arm, one leg, no legs. I mean, they're going to tell you the truth when their leg is gone.
I lost
That's
this.
not a Mirage now. That's not Forrest Gump where they make Lieutenant Dan's legs just
it's not
disappear.
Hey, I didn't really lose this in a war. It was extreme poker.
Right.
That's not how that works.
That just is nonsense. That is crazy. And we have videos of the people. I mean, the Germans were. I mean, they have videos of walking them through the camps and killing them, and with the bone piles. I mean, I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's really sick. But what I find typically, and the reason I mention this is, all of the civil unrest that we're seeing in the United States today, and even over in Europe, there are 2 specific groups of people that push this agenda. Muslims are typically the main ones who push it. And on the same side of the spectrum, there's also a lot of African American people who belong to associations like Black Lives Matters, who I've encountered plenty of times, and they will push this same idea.
Why do they do that? What's their agenda?
Well, they don't believe that the Jews who are over in Israel today are the true Jews. They believe they're the rightful owners, despite all the prophecy and everything else that's been fulfilled by those individuals.
Right.
They claim that it is a Nubian race or an Arab race that belongs over there. And it's just that vehement hate and unforgiveness and jealousy that they have for those people over there that brings them to put out this sort of conspiracy. And unfortunately, there's too many people that buy into that sort of stuff.
I just can't imagine this day and age with the technology, the first-hand accounts, it has to be it's not even a conspiracy theory. It is more of a brainwashing, trying to brainwash people that it really didn't happen.
Oh yeah, and there's people over there, and what I find typically is a lot of this originated from the Japanese and Germans who were trying to basically whitewash what had happened, and they'll go in there and they'll lie like, oh, we went in and did chemical testing and analysis, and the facilities at Auschwitz, there was no chemicals used, there was no gas chamber, stuff like that. I'm like, you're full of crap.
We found them.
Yeah. The Nuremberg trials are over.
Yes.
Your secret's out. You're full of crap. Quit covering it up. Nothing makes me more enraged than
that is.
So I've done a lot of plausible conspiracies. I figured I want to throw one out there that's just like total hogwash.
Let's just talk between me and you.
Okay.
Dude, don't you want to just punch them in the face?
No, I want to curb stomp them.
Or
punching someone in the face is too playful.
Or put them in jail for their stupid thoughts. I mean, people that have that kind of thought, and that thinking, and are trying to teach others that type of thinking, they should not be on earth with us.
So I actually know a former employee of mine. He belonged to some sort of...
Now we'll go back on the radio. Okay.
Yeah. This employee, he belonged to some sort of like Moroccan sovereign citizen movement, and he was African American. His father was into this. And he actually told me one day, I said, because I kind of knew what he was into, and I've read FBI reports on the group that he belongs to. And I basically just outright asked him, I said, what do you think of the Holocaust? I mean, do you believe it happened? I've read some things that say it didn't happen. And he's like, nah, it didn't happen. I'm like, well, how do you know? Like, well, my dad told me. Oh. And we talked about this. And I'm like, and there again is that blinded agenda, just that vehement hate that people have for Israelis and Jews. And it's absolutely sickening.
Little country, few million people, the whole world hates them, except America. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
filling
filling prophecy right there, in a sense.
It absolutely is. And Christian, just to go along with that, persecution is up in every nation. They're saying over this past year.
I've been persecuted.
I think we all have been.
I'm just kidding.
No joking aside though, but if you were to walk out to most places in America today and say, oh, I don't support, or men being able to use women's bathrooms, you're going to get persecuted.
Or if I go out and say, hey, I think Trump's a great president.
I had it happen this week in our church.
Oh, in our church?
In our church.
They must. Well, I can't say that.
No, I think I may have said something like, but I mean, people who have a very liberal agenda.
That's just different opinion, I guess. But that one guy, some guy was punched at one of them rallies and beat senseless. But there's a lot of hate.
There is. At least I didn't get beaten senseless in church. That would have been bad.
And my question is this: there's hate on both sides. Let's be real.
Oh yeah.
Okay, when we hate, we don't demonstrate and punch people and destroy things.
Let me segue.
When the conservatives.
Let me segue this. We'll just go ahead and get our topic. No, we don't need to hate. We don't need to punch anyone or anything. We have force multipliers. We don't even need to be involved that far ahead.
Right.
No, I'm not saying you go to that point, but obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yet, when they hate, they feel like the world's going to end, and they have to do something about it. And they have, their idea. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guess we know it's going to get worse. So why are we surprised that this is happening? I mean, seriously, it's going to get worse. Why are we surprised that it's happening?
Years ago, I remember thinking the Bible said everything would happen suddenly. I remember thinking, how the heck could it happen suddenly? I see all this stuff. And then there was like a few things. It was like back in the early 2000s, it was like, there's only a few things I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after like maybe 2006, 2008, 2010, I'm like, well, now it's really picking up. And then ever since like 2012 to 2014,
right,
it's mind-boggling. It's like the news stations can't, or Drudge Report, Zero Hedge, all of them, they can't keep up with what's going on because there's so much happening around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So things are definitely accelerating.
Yep. Well, okay, that's a great. Gosh, that's a conspiracy theory. That's kind of like a reverse conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I blew your mind.
I got to think about this, but not right now.
Yes.
That'll take me a couple weeks to get my brain thinking. Okay, so tonight's topic is force multiplier. Now, when I started looking at this, I was thinking everyone automatically goes to tools, right?
Absolutely.
They go to,
they want to do the fun side of prepping.
A grenade, a machine gun. They're force multipliers, absolutely. But we're going to touch on, some of the basics in the beginning. Let's just touch on them.
Well, let's just define what a force multiplier is to begin with.
Okay.
And it's essentially anything that is going to give you an upper hand against an adversary. And quite frankly, if you're fighting a fair battle, you're losing.
Yeah, I have a post that I've used. If you're in a fair fight, your tactics suck.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And I love that. I mean, I got that from someone. But if you're in a fair fight, your tactics suck. And that's the truth, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Who wants to be in a fair fight?
Not me.
Mm-mm.
I want to win with, a mojito sitting in my hand and my feet up on a lounge chair.
Playing tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
I mean, no one wins.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe someone will make a mistake and win. So the first one I put, I listed 5 things down, and these are basic, and I want you to chime in.
Okay.
And you may have different, but I went with kind of like, okay, me. Okay, I have no tool. It's just me. What kind of force multiplier can I have over other people? My first one I listed was knowledge. The more I know.
Like Jeopardy?
Yes, yeah, like Jeopardy. The more I know, if it's, and I'll relate that with the next one too, which is skills and training, because I can know Krav Maga, but if I don't have the skills and training, I can't use it. So if I'm fighting with a person that has no skills of fighting and I have Krav Maga, then boom, that's a force multiplier, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the next one I'd put team and people. Who do I have around me that is trained, that I can use them as a resource?
That's a really big one right there, is having a team and tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you have something where it's already planned out and down to a T what you're going to do, that right there is an excellent example of a force multiplier.
And I put with that relationships, because if I'm in, let's say if I'm walking and I know a couple people and all of a sudden a game comes up.
And one pats you on the oh, wait, no, that's the wrong relationship. Sorry.
Dude. No. And if people see me in a struggle, friends, family, neighbors would come and help, depending on what kind of relationship and the team I have. So your force multiplier is people you know, and it's your skills. I think that's one that everyone can work on. Mm-hmm. If you have no friends, you're screwed.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good reminder. How are you, friends?
Your wife. Okay, never mind. So that's where I went with some basic skills, people you have around you, your personal skills, your knowledge. I think that's a good force multipliers.
Yeah, absolutely. I put down for mine is just mental preparation. Actually,
mindset.
Yeah, kind of role playing what you could encounter, what you're going to go through. Land navigation is a big one, and also being able to read constellations. A lot of people don't understand, but some of the best movements can happen at night. Knowing which way you're going and being able.
So navigation.
Yeah, absolutely, but
Pisces.
No, but nighttime navigation, using your constellation, not your astrology, your astronomy.
Okay.
Recruiting is another big one. Being able to actually persuade people and sell what you're doing. If it does come down to something that's totally a raw scenario without rule of law, and you encounter other folks, you have to be able to sell yourself and your cause. You can't just simply say, I'm X, we're doing Y and Z, and you're with us or you're not.
Right. You got to have good leadership skills to convince them. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Intel gathering. And we talked a little bit about that a couple weeks ago. We had Sam Culper on there. He has some excellent material out there for people to look at. Deception's another one.
Ooh,
and that doesn't necessarily mean
down.
deceiving people who are on your side, but being able to deceive people who might be adversaries. And a lot of that I put down the next one comes with psychological intimidation and basically making sure that, if something does happen, you would have a reputation. It doesn't mean that reputation has to be real, but it might mean that reputation spreads and people have that perception of you, and therefore they don't do anything.
And that's what I'll share. There's one piece of intel that I have and everyone in my group has, is we have these sweet masks that have skull faces on them.
Mm-hmm.
And we show up with them with our helmets and our gear and our sunglasses, and we're standing in front of a road of about 7 or 8 of us. It's going to be pretty intimidating to people. And that's one of the reasons we have that kind of gear. Exactly.
Yeah.
Does that fit right into what you're saying?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of people who go, and I'm kind of the opposite. A lot of people say, gray man, gray man, gray man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just want to be completely.
Well, sometimes you do want to be gray man.
I think there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
But I also think there's a time and a place to represent yourself and represent the group you're with. And nothing says fear like carrying around an AR-10, and if it all body armor, vest and gear and
a mask, sunglasses, helmet, bulletproof.
I think that's what they call BAMF.
Yeah.
And people just see that and they're like, I'm just not going to bother with it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've never misrepresented myself. I've never said anything about valor thief or anything like that. But a lot of people come up to me based on the way I carry myself, and they automatically assume, they start asking me, were you a ranger? Were you a SEAL? Something like that.
That is true.
And they speak to my confidence.
Because I call you sometimes I'll say he's the SEAL that was never a SEAL.
Yeah.
Or the ranger that was never a ranger, because everyone thinks you are, or X.
And it's not because I try to convey that, but there's just something about being comfortable in your own skin, and people see that and they back off.
Mm-hmm. So that was good. So then we kind of get in. Okay, so we've done mindset, we've done deception, skills, people you have around you. Well, how about other things like terrain?
Yeah, terrain's another great one. Making sure you actually know your terrain and have it prepared. I've seen someone put something in there, and it was a little nefarious, something about having infectiously tainted spikes, like a pit with spikes, like the Vietnamese did.
Putting that in our chat room? We got all the crazy ones tonight?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Steel chain. Yeah, okay, yeah. Whew, okay.
Some severe stuff. But obviously, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people can learn too. Preppers have this mindset that they want the latest and greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, go back to like the 15th century, even further. Some of the terrain maps, like the stuff that the Romans did, you did that stuff today. Most of these snowflakes, if they ever tried to go anywhere, they would just give up. They would look at these spikes and these layouts, and they'd just say, I'm done. I quit.
Right, and even just knowledge of the terrain. Like if you had a topo map, your road map, satellite map, or photos of like aerial views, that gives you knowledge of the area.
Choke points, yardages, everything.
Retreats. I mean, it gives you, difference between, cover and concealment where you can find in there. I mean, so just having that knowledge is a force multiplier.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me step back here just to one of my favorite ones is the psychological intimidation. I've said for years, one of these days I'm going to go out, maybe next Halloween, and I'm just going to buy hundreds of dollars.
A clown outfit.
I'm going to smack you. I'm going to buy probably just a few $100s of just fake blood, the silicone molds, all sorts of stuff. And just for the sheer and simple fact that if something ever does happen, say you live in a city and people are going house to house. I've always been a big proponent of you make everything just look thrashed. I mean, I even go to the extent that I even have spray paint. Whatchamacallit? I know the UN, U.S. forces, they use, and FEMA, they use orange fluorescent spray paint.
On the side of the house.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it look miserable as all heck, bust out windows, throw the flat screen in the front yard. And then if I can get like a nice little like fake looking body or something like that, some fake blood, splatter that everywhere, I'm going to make it look like, oh my God, I don't know what happened here, but I'm not going in there. You
it's
guys,
not worth getting candy.
Exactly. It's not worth looking for anything. This one's gone.
That doesn't even surprise me.
No. Sometimes it's such a miserable thing. You just have to find a way to make it fun.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ways you can do it. But, that's one way of psychological intimidation. Another thing is I plan on having some loudspeakers. It's one of the things I'm going to try and add to my EMP box.
Why?
Because if anyone's ever
so
held up
you
with
can
something.
put on Madonna?
Yeah, so I put on Madonna. No, I'm going to play some of the scariest Metallica, Five Finger Death Punch, Slipknot, something like that, so I can put up some loudspeakers. So if there's ever a scenario where I just need to get someone to go insane, to leave their house or leave their cave or something like that, just go old school.
That's not worth it.
No, yeah.
From 100 yards, man, I could take that speaker out.
No,
come on, man.
No, I'm saying where it's already trapped.
Okay.
If you're already hunkered down in something, you just, sometimes you have to relate things to a psychological standpoint.
You're just mean and evil.
I am. I am.
You can take a full dentist outfit just in case you need to, for some intel, pull someone's tooth out or something. That is you.
It's a little diabolical.
Just y'all keep in mind, Kyle and I are not in the same group.
He's too afraid.
Holy cow!
Get maybe like the whatchamacallit, the butcher smock. That'll be my
and a chainsaw.
Yeah, that'll be my tactical.
Goodness.
Setup.
Okay, I mean, you kind of got a point there. You had me the first time, but when you went back into it, no. So I said terrain, maps, knowing your area. Even if you're downtown Charlotte or wherever you are and there's a grid down or whatever, knowing how to get around buildings, around streets, to get away from the riots or whatever. So that is a force multiplier. Yeah. In a sense, just even retreating could be a force multiplier. Kyle was so enthralled with...
I like G-Man's idea here, heads on a post around the house. I've actually thought...
Oh, my word.
This is why I like G-Man. He's great for stuff like this. But
G-Man read the book 1 second after, where they hung the guy from the bridge.
Well, I'll tell you, actually, in all honesty, are you familiar? You're familiar with Dracula. You've heard of Dracula. Everyone's heard of him. Are you familiar with the true story?
Your blood. No.
Don't be that.
Okay.
Don't be that.
Okay. And
you've heard of Vlad the Impaler. That's where the story actually comes off. But one of the ways he was known for being so notorious was basically his adversaries, whenever his army slaughtered them, they took them and basically put them on post. And I said, if depending on how bad things ever were or something like that,
I just couldn't do that.
I would have no, depending on what the scenario was, I would have no problem with something like that. I think it's, if there's bad people in the world, they're doing bad things. Sometimes you need to send a message.
Well, that's why the name of your group is called Death, and More Death.
Maybe.
Mine is peace, love, and happiness.
Yeah. Rainbows. Rainbows and unicorns.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's get into some other things. Of course, let's get into comms.
Yeah, communication is a huge thing.
And there's so many different things when it comes to comms. I mean, there's radio to listen to the weather, or the emergency broadcast channel. There's even just listening to the radio stations, to TV, to shortwave, to ham, to a thing. I got Close Call. I have a radio called Close Call that has Close Call. So anyone transmitting within my range of where I am, it will automatically tune in their frequency and I can listen to them. Huge force multiplier.
Yeah.
I can listen to everything they say. I can then turn to their frequency and get my entire team to listen to what they're saying. So I think, and not only listening is a force multiplier, but also being able to transmit with your team is a huge force multiplier.
Yeah.
So comms are huge. Huge. They're hugely.
Yeah, and comm etiquette, like not farting into your comm or inappropriate,
Dude, I fought in your okay. So comms are, and listen, getting information from if there's a grid down, no one has a radio, and you can listen to what's going on Voice of America or something. Mm-hmm. Huge.
That's like your new favorite word for some reason.
Huge.
Is there any reason?
Hugely. I don't know. I'm feeling good though. Donald Trump and I have been working, and we brought 240-some thousand jobs to America. In January.
This is totally off topic, but I figure someone listening, they might find this funny. We're talking about new catchphrases, and they're talking about something on the radio, and I don't know why, but lately I've been obsessed with "Holy crap on a cracker." I don't know why crap on a cracker is funny to me.
What the heck is that?
I don't know where it came from, but one day someone said something to me, and I was like, "Crap on a cracker," and they just thought it was the funniest thing. And I'm like, ever since then, it's just I think
that was your son, and he was just being nice.
No. It was at work. And my son does not participate in child labor. Thank you. But
holy cracker, Batman. You got to put Batman in there.
No, I'm not going to.
And it sounds better.
I don't like Batman.
Oh. You like Robin, don't you?
No, I don't like the entire franchise. There's some sort of pent-up homoerotic something going on there.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, guys. G-Man, if you're ready in the studio, we want to take a quick commercial break. And we are ready. We'll be right back in a few seconds.
Hey, let's take a quick break.
Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
Hey, want to get the best deals possible on preparedness items locally and online? Check out the American Preppers Network Buyers Club membership, APN Gold. APN Gold members get exclusive benefits including access to discounts and specials to the best preparedness stores on the web. Save big by getting APN Gold today. Online at apngold.com or dial 1234-JOIN-APN. That's 1234-JOIN-APN or apngold.com.
Find peace of mind for your family at Forge Survival Supply. Founded by United States Marine Corps veterans, Forge is the premier destination for quality American-made survival and emergency preparedness products. Freeze-dried foods, water filtration, fire starters, fully equipped bug-out bags. Find everything your family needs to stay safe, protected, and nourished during times of uncertainty at ForgeSurvivalSupply.com. Delivery is fast and it's free on all orders. Need help? Call our 24/7 support team. As a listener of this program, Forge Survival Supply would like to give you an additional 10% savings. That's right, an additional 10% off your entire order, plus free shipping by entering discount code SURVIVOR at checkout. That's ForgeSurvivalSupply.com and use discount code SURVIVOR.
Hi, this is Ron Paul. I am a former congressman, physician, and presidential candidate. The world is in turmoil. Things like Ebola, earthquakes, wars, and famines are commonplace. As Americans, we are largely sheltered from these events. However, in parts of the world, just having enough food is a huge problem. For some of us, there is the nagging thought that we may not always have it so good. So we keep some food on hand just in case. My family and I have found a product that helps us do this better. It's a home freeze dryer from Harvest Right. With it, we eat healthier and store a little more food. We freeze dry everything we love to eat, and it lasts up to 25 years. Who knows what the future will bring? One thing certain, my family and I will always have food on the table. To learn more, go to harvestright.com or call 800-923-9591. That's harvestright.com or 800-923-9591.
Hey guys, we are back here on the Prepping Academy. Hey guys, our website is preppingacademy.com. Please go over there and sign up for a mailing list. I don't spam you at all. I don't think I've sent one in 2017.
There was just that one situation. It was like that Anthony Weiner situation.
No,
that was just that one time.
No, gosh. Yeah. So go over and join our mailing list so we can send you out. I know we're going to have some big guests, some big shows coming up. But that's at preppingacademy.com. Go there and sign up. I also want to give a shout out to, if you're in the Carolinas, we have a organization called Carolina Preppers Network, and that's the exact name of on the URL, Carolina Preppers Network. Someone in the chat room will put it there, carolinaspreppersnetwork.com. We have meetups in 10 cities throughout the Carolinas, and we have leaders in each of the cities that do an amazing job of teaching people different subjects each month. And you can find them on meetup.com, or you can go to Carolina Preppers Network. And currently we have over 3,800 members. So if you're in the Carolinas, please join us over there. Again, Forrest and Kyle, Prepping Academy. We are live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on prepperbroadcasting.com. If you can't catch us live, go over to iTunes, Stitcher, or Intune. There's a ton of different places that has our podcast. Just look us up, Prepping Academy. So I'm here with Kyle tonight. We're talking about force multiplier. We've talked about knowledge, the skills a person could have. We're kind of getting into the tools. For a minute there, Kyle went all dark on us. I mean, just death, mega death, and so I'm trying to reel him back to rainbows and unicorns.
You're insane.
So some of the things. So now we can get into some tools. I mean, there's some cool tools that you can have. Comms are cool.
Yeah.
But you got to know comms. Okay. One thing is a force multiplier. Just owning it doesn't make it a force multiplier. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, you definitely have to know how to use it.
You got to use it, especially with like ham radios, shortwave radios, even like a gun. I mean, there are people in the world. If you hand them a gun right now, they would go, pew pew.
Yeah, and you know me, I make the case for like belt-fed weapons and everything else. So
I'm surprised. I bet your house is built around an M1 tank.
That would be nice.
It's the inside of a living room, and no one knows about it. And when the crap happens, you're just going to drive it right through your wall.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be a force multiplier, would it not?
Yeah.
You could pretty much go in anyone's house you want to.
Yeah. And right on through it.
So some of the force multipliers that everyone, I mean, these are the easy ones, but I'm going to first talk about a crap hits the fan situation, because we got to cover just a couple before we get into the big tools. Is barriers for people. If you had barriers before they could get to your retreat, your location, your food, and your team, kind of got that covered. That everyone knows that's a force mode. But let's talk about guns. Can we say that? Guns.
Oh, please.
Guns.
Louder.
Guns. Dude, you are sick.
Yeah.
But guns, huge force multiplier.
Yeah. Not unlike your 22 long rifle though, but I mean,
Dude, I can knock someone from 500 yards with my 22.
Let me ask you an important question.
And it cost me 8 cents.
Let me ask you an important question. When we're talking force multipliers, a lot of people, they go out, they buy their first AR, AK, whatever, and they never really get diversified in their ammo. There's definitely specialty ammos out there.
Yes.
Do you own any incendiary rounds?
Yeah, I own some tracer rounds. Is that
okay? No, tracers are going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, I own tracers mainly for yardage.
Yeah.
And for yes.
And that's for your M249, right?
No.
That's for your 22?
No. It's for my AR.
Okay. Well, one of the points I like to make is a lot of people have this Hollywood theory that if you're ever in any sort of firefight, you can just shoot a car and a car's going to blow up or something like that. And that doesn't happen. So there are certain things within your force multipliers where you can do it to up the ante a little bit. And tracers are actually a really good, they're a tactical advantage, because a lot of preppers, a lot of other individuals, they go out there, they have nothing like that. So whenever it comes to something as complex as changing your yardage, they're not going to be really familiar with how to do that on their sites.
Right.
To go from 100 to 500 yards, or maybe even out a little bit further, particularly if you're trying to suppress something.
Right.
Another one I really like is, I love my 338 Lapua Magnum. A lot of people go out there and they go for, ammo availability. Obviously, probably 50 BMG is a little bit more available, but you're not going to come across those that much.
You're not. If you don't have it, you're not going to find it again.
Yeah. So I really like to get into weapons like that are just, if I could get a 20 millimeter, it'd be even better, anti-tank rifle. But
well, you would, but I would rather have a gun that I can walk in 50% of the houses and find ammo and use it in my weapon.
Yeah, but I like to have a wide assortment.
Well, I do
that,
too.
I can replenish.
I have 22s, 9 millimeters. I have even a 9 millimeter carbine.
Yeah.
That shoots the same as a 9 millimeter handgun. I got my ARs. I got the whole range.
Yeah, I think we definitely agree. Like guns, there's a gun for everything. They're tools. It's just like if you're gardening, you're not going to use the pickaxe for everything that you're going to do.
Right. You're not going to use a 22 to breach your door.
Yeah, you'll be there for a while.
Yeah.
You might alert someone.
So, you need a shotgun for that. Or my foot. Well, that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make that case for the whole belt fed. I'm thinking an RPD.
Good. So they're guns. Guns have different uses. And there's also a force multiplier of having silencers.
And I'm hoping that bill passes this year.
That bill is going to go through. I hope it is. We got the people up there. It is humane to use silencers when you hunt.
It is louder than a jackhammer. It saves your hearing.
Mm-hmm. And it's safer on ranges, too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway, guns. The next would be, I'm going to go right to body armor.
Yes, body armor is a huge one. And I would love to go.
I think Kyle sleeps with body armor on.
It's a little heavy on the lungs, but yes, I usually sleep on my side anyway, so it's fine.
Dude, that's way too much information.
Yeah, no. As I spoon my AR.
Dude. I would believe that you would sleep with your AR, actually. Yeah. But body armor is huge.
Yeah.
Now, there's ceramic.
No.
Don't do ceramic?
Some people like ceramic just for the weight, but I don't think it's worth it. You drop it once and...
Yeah, no one in war wears ceramic. It's plain and simple.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone in the military that wears ceramic. If they're in war, they're not. If you're a police officer and you're not going to be shot at, is changing. But it's just don't go ceramic. You want to go steel plate, correct?
Yeah.
With the
anti-spalling
on it. And they don't cost a lot.
No.
What does a rig cost to hold it? 50?
You can get a cheap one for 50. You can go for a nicer one up to maybe $200-$300 if you want to go all out.
But you can get a cheap one 50 to 100.
Absolutely.
And so what does the plates cost?
Anywhere from maybe $150 to $300, depending on the level, the sizes, everything like that you go with.
Yep.
And they're good things to have. I'm gonna up my supply on some stuff right now. I'm probably gonna get an extra set just leaving my truck because people are flipping insane, so you never know what you might find yourself with.
An extra set on.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Slightly.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. This is huge. Do you have for your kid and your wife?
I need to see. Here's the thing. He's getting to the age where he's finally grown enough that he can have something like that.
Okay.
Because he was too small.
Yeah.
So that kind of becomes me or the wife, but she does have some.
Just stand behind me. I have a force multiplier. I have a book bag. Well, a clipboard, actually.
Yeah.
That will stop any handgun. And a lot of police officers use it. But it is Kevlar. Just, it's about less than a half an inch.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of heavy, but I put it in a book bag, and all of a sudden I have a book bag that's literally bulletproof. And that thing, brand new, shipped, is like $60, $70.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And then there's also ones we talk about, aside from the body armor, that are a little bit less lethal, force multipliers. And you can actually buy these in rounds. I don't know if they're still as available as they used to be, but whenever I first started getting into firearms, I wanted to kind of protect myself legally.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can buy tear gas rounds. You can buy mace rounds.
You can buy that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, mace rounds, I didn't know you could buy that stuff.
Yep.
What kind of, you have to have a gun to shoot them?
Yeah.
It won't, my AR-15 won't shoot it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Typically like a 14 or 12 gauge.
Okay.
Specialty ammo. You have to search for them a little bit, but you can usually still find them. But then obviously, like I know you just purchased the Kimber. Is it like the 2-shot?
No. I had that, and I actually replaced that with the gel. I had the Kimber, the 2-shot here that I pointed at you last week quite a bit, which is right here in case you get out of line.
Okay.
Because I don't want to kill you, just wound you a little bit.
No, that's only 2 shots, though, right?
That's only 2 shots. Now the cans I bought are the same ones that it's called. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it now. It's the same as the police use. It's a gel. You get like 18 shots, man. You could just cover someone's body with this stuff, and it's a gel. So the good thing about the gel, it goes a far distance, but there's no splashback or very little because it's a gel. And I forgot what the name of that is, but yes, I replaced everyone's Kimber because everyone has one in their car.
Yeah.
With the gel. Because my thinking was, you're in your car, someone's going to break your window, you can grab it and just shoot that. My wife and son, which don't carry a gun a lot of times, especially my son's too young, you can't. They could use the Kimber. But there's so much splash there that when he takes off, he won't be able to see. So that's why I got the gel in case he needed it. That's what my thinking was there.
Precisely.
So anyway, let's get to another one. How about night vision goggles?
I don't like night vision.
Well, you know,
if
you knew I was going to say that, but go ahead.
You know, if you're on a budget, you need to get into something, and you want a force multiplier, and say you're looking to spend maybe $500 to $1,000. There are a few items that are out there now. I know made by Fleur that you can get for a little bit less. But looking right into it, the comparison between night vision and thermal imaging. There's such a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Just save the money. Put extra money aside. If you got to wait 6 months.
Here's the thing about night vision, and someone could be in the woods and go from one tree to another tree, and they could blend in, and you not even see them.
Yeah.
You just can't see them. They could have their head 5 inches above a bush, and you could not see them at all. It's just, but with thermal, if a guy had his hand on the tree and then walked behind you will see the handprint.
Yeah.
And you'll see him through the bushes. But there's a huge price difference.
Yeah.
And I know people that have night vision, and I know people that have thermal. The only problem is it's hard to walk with thermal. So I look at night vision as a mode of transportation, in a sense, that helps you get from one place to another place in the dark, because you have dual eyesight. I mean, the goggles, you can actually see movie. It is better for walking around and doing things like that.
See, I'll be honest, I don't even look at it. I would never buy goggles. I only believe in buying scopes.
You can walk with a scope to your eye? Man, I'd take you out so quickly, and your eyeball would be
that's not the point. See, the way this works is Kyle will own the thermal scope, and then I'll say, Forrest,
go run eye.
Forrest, keep walking 50 yards that way. I got you covered, buddy.
Dude, it always ends up with you exploding. Shooting someone or setting off some C4.
But on that point, though, good optics are another thing. Don't cheap out on stuff.
Yes.
Well,
see, I kind of disagree with that. I have a gun.
I'm saying reliable optics. Look on Amazon. Look on U.S. Cavalry.
Yeah.
Wherever you're going to look, and make sure that they have good reviews.
And we had a question about a vest. We found many chest rigs. You sent me one that was on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon typically has a
for
ton
$50 or $65.
Yeah.
I know that one was not for sale anymore, but I found it by someone else was selling it for about the same price.
Yeah, typically Condor, even Blackhawk. I
Condor,
think they make
Black
some
Hawk,
entry-level ones that are very reasonable.
Yeah, there's a prep store here in Charlotte called Strike Back, and they have a good assortment of bulletproof vests. So again, I think night vision has its place. But I think if I had $3,000, I would definitely go and save my money. Well, good night vision is around $2,600. I think that's generation 3. But if I could save another $1,000, I would definitely get a thermal scope.
Just real quick, because I've seen someone actually asked about, it's an Armor-Sight mount. Michael, he said about the PVS 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's night vision, but if you're going to be spending $2,000 to $3,000, go ahead and put the money aside.
That's what I would do.
And just go for the thermal imaging.
It's cool. Night vision's cool. I mean, I may or may not have a pair.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. But it has its place. You can't. It's hard to walk through a building with thermal vision. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If you're in an urban environment, thermal is less useful than night vision.
Yeah. The other thing,
because you can't see through the walls.
The other thing, though, I will point out here,
like you think you might be able to.
One of my favorite force multipliers, and this actually goes back on cover and concealment, is smoke grenades. And I have a pretty good variety of them. But
yeah, I've seen YouTube, or you sent me some that people make them.
Well, they can make them, but a company to go with is it's called Enola Gay, Enola, and then Gaye, and they make Gay. They make some awesome smoke grenades. I think they have like an X18 model.
Okay.
That thing just sprays and sprays. It's on par with military spec.
Are they pink color? What color?
They have all varieties of colors. They have black, they have white, they have pink, green, yellow, blue.
So smoke grenades, and that is mostly, I've seen the videos, and they're pretty impressive, which I was surprised you could even first make them.
Oh, yeah.
Are they legal to make?
If you can buy tree stump remover from Lowe's, you can make one.
Oh, okay. You can. Okay.
Yeah. Or you can crush up some ping pong balls. It basically does the same thing.
Okay.
But I mean, easy stuff to make. I prefer theirs. Everything's already made. They're pretty cost effective.
Okay.
But even something as as simple as you need to make a distraction. Throw one under your car, or throw one inside your engine block and set it off. And hey, I'm now in distress. Hey, can you help me out? Something like that. There's a ton of different scenarios.
There's green smoke coming out of my car.
Not that you would want to leave green smoke.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
So what do you have on your list of a force multiplier? I've got one that again, it's technology. It is it's like a Dakota alarm system that you can put around your retreat. And what it is, it sends an infrared beam from one location to a receiving station. And if that beam is broken, it will alert you through I think it's a MERS, or your ham radio could pick it up. But so being able to even have a barrier, even though it's a infrared, invisible barrier, that's a force multiplier as well. And big triceps.
Yeah. There's lots of things even smaller things like simple binoculars are great to have. Signal mirrors, flare guns.
I'm not a big proponent of signal mirrors. I know we've had this discussion before.
I think they have their place, but it's something simple. Like I carry one in my wallet. It's just something simple to have in there, and it doesn't take up a lot of room, weight, anything like that.
Yeah.
Another really good one is having entry tools. Yes. We've talked about having lockpick sets and the jumbler keys and stuff like that.
In North Carolina, it is legal to practice and have lockpicks. Some states it's not legal.
I'm probably guessing like New York and Illinois.
And California, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. God would only wonder why.
Look that up. But there's so many force multipliers. Knowledge, again, how to use tools, how to get through a door without having a shotgun or lockpick. Yeah. How do you get through it quietly? You understand how a door jam works? Yeah. Like a crowbar and using a kind of a pulley system.
Well, and
there's all kinds of
people typically
knowledge.
Think of force multipliers as strictly offensive. There's also defensive force multipliers that I know we're going to briefly touch on, but building the right barriers, having the right materials to build those things.
Right.
Even something as simple as, extending the length of the screws that go into your door jams.
Yes.
Now it doesn't take one person to break into your door. It takes 5 people to try and break in there in, an hour or something like that. Right. I personally have tested that out on doors. And it definitely creates a huge pain in the rear end.
And traps. How about traps?
Traps are another good. Yeah, definitely.
And they blow up, right? That would be your trap. My
no.
trap would just would catch them by the leg and hang them from a tree kind of thing, let them dangle. Yours would be they would be nothing but a pair of shoes there. That's the difference.
So were shoes left over? I was doing it wrong.
So force multiplier is a huge part of your preps. Now it's not. This isn't. I would say this is. If you're a beginning prepper, you got to have a gun. You got to have some of these, but when you get to night vision and thermal and this kind of stuff, that's way down your list of things. You got to have food and water and survival skills long before you get to this. Friends, yes. But you gotta think through these things as you're spending your money and getting trained and getting your skills. I mean, your first skill in the prepping shouldn't be learning how to pick a lock. It just shouldn't be. So there's need to be a progression. But this is some of the things we've talked about tonight are for more of an advanced prepper, would you say? Except maybe guns, knowledge, and skills. I mean, some of the basics we covered in the beginning. But how would you? So would you say the first thing? One statement I wanted to make, and I think you'll agree. I think everyone needs to carry a gun at this day and age.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Everyone needs to get your carrying concealed.
I'll take it a step further. A lot of people come to me and they say like, "Hey, I want to go to the range and learn how to shoot a gun." That's not how we're going to learn to shoot a gun.
Yeah, no.
That's not
in
the
an
way
indoor range with a lane 10 feet wide. That's not how you learn how to shoot.
You need to learn to run, jump, roll, cover yourself in mud.
Yep.
Whatever.
So I believe in this day and age, that should be one of the first. I mean, even before you become a prepper, you should have a gun. Well, if you're a liberal, you should carry cans of spray paint.
I wouldn't.
Red.
I wouldn't even say that.
Okay.
I would say they should carry like a sippy cup or.
Oh, okay, a sippy cup. I was thinking of spray paint with they can make that red target.
On themselves.
Yes. But I think everyone needs to carry. I mean, everyone. That's a force multiplier that our laws allow you to carry. To have, and you need to do it. Plain and simple. You got to have a carrying concealed license. Yeah. If you're in California, you're just screwed. In New York.
Well, I would say too, the next best thing is make sure you get really, really good qualified training. And I'm not talking just your basic firearms class or even something a little bit advanced. There's a lot of guys out there now who are retired Navy SEALs, retired Rangers, and they will put you through the ringer and really show you what to do.
If all you've done is shoot in an indoor range, you are not ready for a competition. Plain and simple. You are not ready. If all you've done is shoot in an indoor range, that you are absolutely not qualified to carry a gun.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
No, absolutely.
You should not be allowed.
I went to a range the other day and I saw some folks and they were shooting one-handed, not even hitting the paper, and I just was like, I hope you try and rob me someday.
Hey guys, this has been a good show. I mean, a good topic on force multiplier. Hey, we are here every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on prepperbroadcasting.com. You can catch our podcast on iTunes, Stitchers, all the different places. It's called Prepping Academy, the Prepping Academy show. Hey, we might not be good, but we really love doing it.
And we don't care what you think. No, I'm kidding.
We get feedback, but we listen to what we want to listen to, I guess. But we really appreciate you guys that do listen to us. Next week, do you know what our topic's going to be next week? We got less than a minute, man.
I have no idea.
We
ain't talked about it, did we?
No, we got to write something up.
I guess we'll do that afterwards.
Yeah, we don't know. But hey, guys, again, we appreciate it. Hey, you heard our sponsors. Every night on Prepper Broadcasting, they actually have a live show. Some nights it's different times, but go to Prepper Broadcasting. Every night there's a different live show and some good information. Make sure you check their channels out as well. And don't forget, sometime this weekend, pitch it out to your friends. Crap on a cracker. That's the new thing. I'm going to sell those t-shirts. I'm going to put those up on Amazon. Okay, please do not do that.
Oh, come on, dude. That's hilarious. Come on. Crap on a cracker. I mean, come on. No.
On a cracker. Please don't. Okay, you can do that. That is crap. Go in your prepper store, gun store, and say, crap on a cracker.
Maybe we can get someone to do a discount for that. Like, go in your local prepper store, get 10% off. Crap on a cracker. That's the code.
Dude, you are not right. Hey guys, join us next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, prepperbroadcasting.com. Check out our podcast, and we'll get Kyle to come up with some crazy conspiracy next week. So, hey, thanks for listening.
Pretty good.
Today's broadcast has come to you through the courtesy of the Prepper Broadcasting Network. See our hosts, show schedules, archived programs, and more at prepperbroadcasting.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to Metro PCS.
Hi, I heard you're giving free phones to everybody?
Yes, right now everybody gets a free phone. You and your friends, cousins, neighbors, roommates.
What if I'm already with Metro PCS?
Yeah, it's for existing customers, new customers, people named Willie, dog lovers.
That's awesome.
Everyone gets a free phone at Metro PCS. Come choose your select free phone from brands like Samsung and LG. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Sales tax not included. Phones free after instant and mail-in rebates. Upgrade fee may apply. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Has your data been hacked? Do you feel uneasy about the vulnerability of your personal information online? Were you involved in the Target, LinkedIn, or Microsoft data leaks? Don't know? If not, then pay attention. Join Forrest Garvin from PrepperNet for a free webinar on privacy and security. Gain insights into safe internet browsing, VPNs, crafting online aliases, secure emails, detecting if your data has been hacked, and managing passwords. Secure your spot today for this webinar on privacy and security. It's free. This webinar delves into comprehensive strategies for bolstering your online privacy. We've got you covered, from fortifying your passwords to shielding your financial information and mastering state-of-the-art encryption techniques. We're offering 2 convenient dates to suit your schedule. Reserve your spot now at preppernet.com/privacy. Don't let cyber threats erode your peace of mind any longer. Take the first step toward a safer, more secure online experience by joining us for our free webinar. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to safeguarding your privacy. Sign up now at preppernet.com/privacy. We'll see you there.